So a happy hump day to everyone. And I'd like to invite you to come on in and have a sip, wind down with me. Let's jump into a Wednesday grid here today. But first, I was thinking we would start with this catchy little bottle that I found yesterday. Les Vignerons, Carina Syrah. Fabulous little French table wine, right? And I thought I was hooked on that wee, but then I saw this over at the store, and I thought, well, I like the label. And if the label's nice, then it's got to be nice, right? Well, I wound up drinking that whole bottle. And now it's a new day, and it's the evening for me. So it's time for me to wind down with wonderful cassis and red tree fruit on the nose. I mean, gosh, just the nose in the bowl. It's pretty good, just by itself alone. And it's dry. It's not forceful. It's got this proper mix of acids and tannins. Fabulous finish. It makes me neutral on what I'm hungry for. High in tannins, usually a fatty meat of some sort, salmon, prime rib. High in the acid areas, making thinking, maybe not so fatty fish, shrimp, maybe a nice lean steak, chicken. But this would be good for just about anything. Yeah. So, do join me. Let's wind down. And let's jump into this Wednesday grid. We have a Jeffrey Martinovich grid here today, edited by Joel Faliano. We, as always, want to send out our very best to Will Shorts until he gets better. In the meantime, let's hop in. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got 3 letters, and the clue is bread spread. And the only thing I can think of, off the top of my head, that would be in a puzzle would be jam. Might as well go ahead and see if we can keep going here. Protrudes, maybe to juts, to jut out. International baseball powerhouse. I'm assuming that's the USA, but that seems like a bit too easy. Lickety split, ASAP. Well, that's giving me US. And what have we got over here? Home to Haleakala National Park. I know that's in Maui. And I guess I don't know what else there could be after that, but I'm pretty sure it's in Maui. And the letter before Upsilon is a tau. Yes, so that works out for us, like proverbial spilt milk. And hold on, repeat that. This has been making its way into the puzzle quite often lately since it's become a thing. It used to be kind of a tropey thing that you would see like in Family Guy or something along those lines. But now all of a sudden it's like it used to be relegated to like the stoner guy when they would just say things like, right on, man, wait, what? But do you see it in there? Wait, what? I don't know if it's right, but it'd be kind of cool if it was. All right, let's take a look here. Furniture retailer with an arboreal name. So something sounds like a tree. Don't know. Sound of hesitation. 3 letters. Sound, so it wouldn't be plural. So or whatever's not going to work there. Pan's domain in Greek myth. Well, we know this is the guy with the goat legs and the horns. And he hung out in Arcadia. So this is point 1 that I'm right on. Wait, what? So, alternative to Pepto-Bismol. I bet this is Imodium. Well, we better go back and check this. Now I'm getting way out there. Sound of hesitation. My friend Bernie, she's from Ireland, and she always, she always says that. I don't know, Christopher. Probably not the best idea. Furniture retailer with an arboreal name. Don't know what that is yet. Viewing aid may be a scope, right? Just for grins and giggles, let's see what's up with this little P here. Down, pat, memorized, okay. Got it. Word after a reveal. Well, let's see. Yesterday it was says presto, something like that. Well, today we're going to have ta-da, I guess. Gets the copyright. Looks like edits to me, which is clever. Very clever. And boy, am I getting messages out the wazoo today. Actor Simu is Lou. And this must be West Elm. West Elm. So, okay. Well, we'll put that M in there, see what we got now. Musical whose name is an Italian exclamation. Well, Mamma mia, sto malissimo. Okay, yeah. Distributed without, so maybe meted out. This always sounds like such a crude way to put it, doesn't it? Non-neutral entity, 3 letters, probably an ion, but let's see. Match chant. Seriously? Gosh, it's in every single puzzle. It's always ole, 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 ole. Speck or Serrano would be him. Now what we got? Highfalutin. Looks like hoity-toity. And I don't really know for sure that I know how to spell hoity-toity. So I'm hoping that O-I is the oi sound in there. Looks like we do have this ionic entity, neutral, non-neutral entity. So... yeah, so aloe jelly. I have not had any bubble tea, or as they call it here in one of the chains in Germany, boba tea. But I have seen the aloe jelly, and I don't know what to make of that. Darn says to mend. My grandfather used to always talk about darning his socks. To an untrained ear, you might say to yourself, well, what's he mad at his socks for? But no, just mending them, sewing the... like lizards and fish, probably going to be scaly, I would imagine. Now we got another EL. Of course, Yale student. Well, these are always Elise. Gives off, emits. Family Feud host Harvey. Never was good at the Family Feud thing. Some spirits maybe rise. Though I always was pretty good at Wheel of Fortune. So regulation followers in Brie for overtime. So OTs. To God in French, adieu. 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 Figure out. I'm going to suss that out. And what do we have here? Off-roaders. Yes, we got ATVs. You think I won't? Dare me. Dare me. Seriously. Don't dare me. I will do it. Revolutionary car part. Well, that could mean any number of things. Going back to the Mae West clue from yesterday, you know, the double entendre. But I'm thinking we'll probably talk about axles. But we can check that real quick. We have a calculus calculation here. See, if this is axle, it'd be A-X-L-E. And so... this is next. We have a calculus calculation, and calculus, of course, is that branch of mathematics that measures change and dynamics, right? So, I mean, I'm always thinking it's either going to be maximums or maybe even margins, but I like maximums. So let's see, maximum. No, not a comma. Let's get it right. Maximum. This gives me my confirmation bias for axle. First line of a classic Dr. Seuss book. Let's see, I am Sam. And apparently Sam does not like green eggs and ham. It brightens up the room. Well, okay, sure, I guess. Lamps do that. Feature of this puzzle's grid and the answers to 6 starred clues. More than surprise. Host. I don't know yet. Classic computer game in MoMA's video game collection. I was just reading about this. It was in a New Yorker or something, and I say just reading about it. It could have been 4 years ago, but media initials since 1851, and I'm going to assume this is the New York Times. It's the one I can think of, and a host must be an army. Sounds of hesitation. Well, we were just talking about this, when we were talking about up top, 5 down. So more than surprise must be stun. And feature this puzzle's grid or the answers to the 6 starred clues. Well, you could say you have bilateral symmetry, right? I see the tree trying to come through out there. So let's get our symmetry in there, but bilateral is not going to fit. So maybe it's just lateral. I mean, this is really a leap for me, so don't laugh if I get that all chewed up, but I'm going to at least try. Okay, unhappy happenings. I guess these are going to be ills. Down, maybe sad. The smallest amount looks like it's just begging for us to put in a tad there. Airport code in Queens would be LaGuardia, so LGA. And epic story, saga. And this tells me that we have Isaiah here. Though a tricky name to spell, is part of a crew. Well, I guess you could say you oars. If you're part of a crew, you oar. Family Guy baby. Well, looks like this is going to be Stewie. That's right, Brian. I'm talking about Cool Whip. That guy. It's funny. I'm sure I don't sound anything like Stewie or any of the impressions that I do. But in my mind, I sound just like Stewie. And Peter and... I don't know. Anyway. Slow down spelled unusually. Well, I've seen this on occasion, mostly in text messages, and it's unusual, sure. And I'm not a prescriptive linguist. I tend to be more of a descriptive type. I believe that we have if it's used, it's used. So therefore, it exists. It's a word. Does it convey a meaning? Does it have a definition? But whoa, it just seems wrong. Anyway, I don't know. Evil laugh, probably going to be mwahaha. Get one's act together is to shape up, maybe? Let's check that YE, because that's... Okay, absolutely, yes! And bottomless pit. Oh, now we got lucky with maximum there, because I can see this kind of hooking me up here and just thinking it's an abyss. But abysm is the same as an abyss. But abyssal versus abysmal are not the same. So just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to assume that's what this is, but just to see where a cure may be discovered, I'm thinking lab, and then of course I'm going to end in a Y. Source of unwanted bugs, a spy. Okay, cool. Well, this is what we got up here. Let's see if we can make our way across. Before sunrise actor. Ethan Hawke. I don't know about that guy. Currency of Laos is the Kip. And what do we have here? Tragic mission of 1967. And sadly enough, it is the Apollo 1 fire on the launch pad. Those poor guys. Lewis, who sang the theme for Avatar. And I don't know this like a fan. I know this because of other puzzles and stuff. I don't know who Leona Lewis is. I just know what that is. You game? Maybe you wanna? Depict in drawings. So this would be to them. 1983 comedy about a stay-at-home dad. Oh gosh, Mr. Mom. God, I mean, I was like 10 or something, but man, it was such a good movie. Oh God, it was awesome. Terry Garr. My 10-year-old self was really in love with Terry Garr. Michael Keaton was absolutely hilarious. Acting all macho because his wife's making the money. She kept coming around with the boss and crap. And pulled a chainsaw out, right, in the middle of dinner to talk about how manly he was. Anyway, celebrity whose middle name is Gail, appropriately enough. I must be Oprah. Oddly, I did know that, though. So, anyway, what do we got over here? Pass along my regards. How about a say hi? Say hi. And it looks like home to Haleakala National Park is Maui, Hawaii. Oh, that don't seem right. I mean, I don't know. That's gross. Maybe ew. Balloon, maybe too swell. Word often confused with fewest. Yes, least. And I think the rule on that is fewest is to countable nouns what least is to uncountable nouns. I think that's the way to best remember it, I think, unless I got that backwards. I don't think I do, though. End of an ultimatum. Else. Or else. I didn't realize we were done already. Okay, well, so much for that. Well, 14:10. I was running my silver quite a bit there, too, though. So to be expected, man, that's some really good stuff. If you have an opportunity to get yourself a bottle of this Le Vignerons Carina Syrah, it's a really great little dry French table wine, and I can't recommend it. Well, I can recommend it a little bit less than I can recommend the Oui. Now that was the bomb diggity right there. Anyway, we had a good puzzle today. It was fun. It was a great Wednesday. It was pretty clever in a lot of regards. I liked that whole taking a leap of faith with the lateral symmetry thing and a few others, but really it all kind of ironed itself out. Yesterday's puzzle was just a little awkward. It made me feel really uncomfortable the whole time, like I'm getting something wrong. Usually I'm very hesitant to hit the return on the last letter and say, well, how do we do, Bob? Today I was so lost in a puzzle that was just so easy. Well, it wasn't so easy, but just glided so well. It was smooth. It was not so circuitous. Circuitous was what I used to describe yesterday's puzzle. Not so much on this one. Not Sisyphean either. Just had a nice flow, and it was a clever puzzle. I really liked it. So, with all that said, have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you're at on this planet. Just enjoy it. Do your level best to do wonderful things, great acts of kindness for everyone around you. Let them merge in front of you on the freeway. Just calm down. Let them be right. It doesn't matter. Politics is dumb, really, right? You're not going to change anybody's mind. You're not going to change yours. You're not going to change theirs. And talk about it. We were better off when I was a kid when we weren't allowed to talk about politics or religion, right? And what was the other thing? Maybe sex. I don't know. I don't think that's a bad thing to talk about, though. As long as it's healthy and not abusive. But nevertheless, but really, try to steer away from it. Just try to enjoy people for who they are and what they are. Everybody's beautiful in their own way, even the ugly ones. So keep that in mind. One great way to show respect and to spread a little good cheer is to learn how to say hello and goodbye in as many languages as you can, possibly. I know you've never heard this from me before, but I'll just start it all out. So, au revoir, arrivederci, adios, que tengas unos lindo días, adieu, también, annyeonghaseyo, arrivederci, dare I say that? Yeah, amen. Masalamati, shalom, aloha, ciao, and be well. We'll see you next time. Take care.